Hi everybody, my name is Jared, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about what you saw just now with the construction that takes place down in Belize. I don't know about you, I've had it done to me so many times, maybe I'm by myself, but people ask me like, hey, how's your summer going? Have you been doing anything? And I say, well, actually, something very unique. I got to go down to Belize and do some missions work down there. And the next sentence is almost 80% of the same. Oh yeah, what'd you guys do down there? Did you build a house? And yeah, we built a house. And, very proud of the houses that we built. But I just want to tell you a little bit more about the house that we built and kind of what it stands for. When we got down, we found out that we were going to be building a house for a man who's about 27, 28. His name is Robert. And Robert's a pretty special guy because for the last number of years, he has been the lead architect. He's a member of the village. He's been the lead architect for every house that's been built by other missions teams before us and to come. And so we were able to finally construct his house over so many years, after so many years of him waiting. And so we were just like, absolutely. And when we got there, it's on the main drag of the village. When we got there, we found 8 pylons, 7.5 feet, reaching skyward. And if you've ever been to Dominican Republic, we usually do houses that are about half the size and they're ground level. And we're like, we'd really like to finish the house. How are we going to be able to do that? I just want to take this time right now. Can we give a round of applause to Ezra, who's sitting in the back? Come on, man. A lot of times you get to pick what you want to do, and Ezra's very gifted with construction, and Robert needed help. And Ezra, laid down a lot of his choices during the day, and went to Robert to pitch in. And by the end of the first day, we had a ground level floor on top of those 7.5-foot pylons. And then the second day, we had 2 walls, and the third day, we had 2 more walls. And by the end of the day, we actually constructed the roof. And this last thing that came back was painting it, and Robert had his house completed. So that was just amazing to see that house take shape. But it's more than that too, because kind of like Acts is an outward symbol of us accepting God to the public. This house is an outward symbol of what our love is for the community, and people get to see it. It gives an opportunity because down in Belize, a lot of people, as my friend Tim Kula says a lot of times, the people of Belize know the gospel, and the kind of outline of it's in their head, but they just haven't accepted it in their hearts. And that's where we come in to talk about it. But you have to earn that respect. And that respect came from us pouring into building houses, reaching out, that you're going to hear from everybody else. But we didn't just build houses. We constructed relationships and built trust.
Hey.
Hey.
My name is Bryan, and like long walks in the park and on the beach. I'm going to talk a little bit about the variety show, and if you've ever done something in your life and you just go, my gosh, this is going to be a gong show. That's much of what we felt like as we were going into it. We're like, I think it was Greg's idea for us to do a variety show down there. And so we started putting together something, and we're like, we don't even know what they're going to think is funny. We asked Kenny down there, the pastor, we said, Kenny, what do you think is funny? He's like, I don't think anything's funny. So we're like, this is going to be really tough. And so anyways, we did this variety show, and it was just a hoot. It was a hoot. I can see it. But I just, the variety show is cool, and music is cool, and being there doing construction is cool, but it's about the gospel, amen? And it's about people hearing the gospel, and about people seeing the gospel in action. And we were doing this variety show, and I thought the coolest thing is here we are, just in this foreign place, and we're just all laughing. Aaron got the chance to stand up and just share halfway through some of his testimony and just what God has put on his heart. And I have this verse. It says, "But in your hearts, set apart Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have." And we have the hope of Jesus Christ in us. That is the hope, is that Jesus Christ came to set a wretch like me free. That Jesus came that we could know true life, that we could walk with Him. And so it was so neat for Aaron to be able to get up in front and just say, you know what, this is why we have joy. Amen? This is why we have hope. It's Jesus. And so all the goofiness and craziness, the variety show, if you guys have been to a variety show, you know how much of a gong show it is. But the hope that is in us is Jesus. And it just opened up. I want to share this quick thing. I was watching, we did this skit called The Hypochondriac, and you'll see a couple little frames of it. But Jared was a hypochondriac, so he would get everything that basically people would come in with, and start itching, and start twitching, and, start dry heaving. You'll see that. But every time he'd start doing something, this little girl in the second row would just light up. And it was just so cool to see that. And I think we all have places in our life and times in our life where we've just really felt God minister to us personally. And that was one of those times for me, is just to see this place that is very oppressed. There's a lot of warfare going on. And this little girl is just lighting up. And then she gets to hear the words of truth. And so, anyways, you'll see the video and